Okay, so are you ready to go to space?
No.
Because today we are doing a deep dive on the X-37B.
I am strapped in and ready for launch.
All right, excellent. This thing is really cool. It's a super secret, uncrewed space plane.
Yeah.
It's built for like all sorts of really, really cutting edge experiments and technology testing.
Yeah, that's right.
And what's really cool about this is that it's not only breaking records, but like it's pushing boundaries of what we even thought was possible in space.
Yeah.
And paving the way for like the future of space exploration. So this deep dive, we are just looking at one article.
Okay.
And it is simply titled X-37B. So very descriptive.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, no messing around. So get ready to be amazed by how long this space plane has been in orbit, what kind of groundbreaking experiments it's running,
Yeah.
and how it's become like a crucial asset to the U.S. Space Force.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that just blows my mind about this thing is it's completed 6 missions already.
Wow.
It's traveled over 1.3 billion miles.
Yeah.
And it's spent over 4,000 days in orbit. What?
The longest single mission was 908 days.
908 days. So that's like almost 2.5 years continuously circling our planet.
That is correct. Nonstop.
I get stir crazy after a couple hours on a plane.
Right.
What is this thing doing up there for that long?
So it's definitely not just joyriding.
Okay, good.
It's a busy bee up there conducting a wide array of experiments, but one of the key areas that it's focusing on is something called aerobraking maneuvers.
Aerobraking.
And this is essentially using Earth's atmosphere to slow down and change orbits. It's kind of like using the atmosphere as a brake.
Okay.
And so it's a really efficient way to steer in space without using up a ton of fuel.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this is really important because it opens up a whole new level of maneuverability for future missions, right?
Yeah.
You can reposition your spacecraft very quickly and efficiently.
So it's not just about getting to space, it's about what you can do once you're up there.
Exactly. It's about moving around. Okay, got it. And what about these space domain awareness technologies that are mentioned? What is that all about?
So space domain awareness is basically about keeping tab on everything that's happening in space.
Okay.
Right? Because space is becoming increasingly crowded with satellites and debris and who knows what else.
Sure.
And so space domain awareness is about sensing, tracking, identifying all these objects.
So it's like air traffic control, but for space.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And so the X-37B is testing new and improved sensors and systems that can help us understand and monitor this increasingly complex space environment.
Okay.
And so this is not just about safety and collision avoidance.
Right.
This could also provide a tactical advantage, right?
Interesting.
By knowing the whereabouts of other countries' satellites, for example.
So it's like a space traffic cop, but with maybe some spy skills thrown in.
I like that analogy. That's a good one.
Okay.
But it's not just about the experiments that it's conducting.
Yeah.
The X-37B itself is packed with all these advanced capabilities. So it's got a state-of-the-art design. It's got a modular setup. You can think of it like Lego blocks for spacecraft.
Okay.
You can swap out different payloads depending on the mission.
So like you need to test a new Earth observation camera.
Exactly. Swap in a camera module.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
If you want to run a material science experiment, swap in a different module.
Okay.
So this modularity makes it incredibly versatile and adaptable.
Right.
And get this, it can re-enter Earth's atmosphere and land autonomously.
No pilot.
No pilot required.
Oh, wow.
Which means it can be quickly turned around for new missions, much like a regular airplane.
Okay, so my head is spinning with all of these cool details.
Yeah.
Give me some hard facts.
Okay.
So how many of these things are there? When did the first one launch? How do they even get into space? And where do they land?
So we know there are 2 X-37B spaceplanes currently in operation.
Okay.
The first one launched way back on April 22nd, 2010.
Okay.
And it's not a one-size-fits-all launch situation either. They've used everything from the reliable Atlas V to SpaceX's Falcon 9 and even the behemoth Falcon Heavy to get these things into orbit.
Wow.
And as for landing, they've touched down at both the Kennedy Space Center in Florida and Vandenberg Space Force Base in California.
Wow. Okay, speaking of the Space Force, I am curious about the role this plays in their plans.
Yeah.
It seems like kind of a big deal.
The X-37B is absolutely essential to the U.S. Space Force's future.
Yeah.
All those experiments, all that data it's collecting,
Yeah.
it's not just about scientific curiosity. It's feeding directly into their strategic planning, their understanding of space, and their development of new technologies.
Okay.
And some analysts believe that the X-37B is key to the Space Force's goal of dominating the space domain and potentially even militarizing it.
It's no wonder that it was a finalist for the 2024 Collier Trophy.
Yeah.
One of the most prestigious awards in the aerospace world.
Absolutely.
That's quite an achievement.
It really is. And here's the kicker. The X-37B is not just resting on its laurels.
Oh, really?
It is constantly evolving,
Okay.
pushing the envelope of what's possible in space.
Cool.
And so recent news suggests that the 7th mission is already in progress.
Oh.
And it's featuring some incredible mid-mission demonstrations
Okay.
of advanced space maneuvering.
Oh, wow.
They're not just testing technology, they are showcasing their capabilities.
So what does this all mean for the rest of us?
Right.
Back here on Earth?
That's the big question.
Yeah, it sounds like this is more than just some experimental space plane.
It is so much more.
Yeah.
It's a workhorse gathering crucial information,
Okay.
shaping the future of space exploration,
Yeah.
and perhaps even space warfare,
Whoa.
with the U.S. Space Force leading the charge.
Okay, so that kind of brings us to the big question.
Right.
What is the secrecy of the X-37B and all these classified missions?
Yeah.
Tell us about the future of space exploration.
Right.
Like, are we on the path toward increased militarization?
Potentially.
Yeah. How might its advanced capabilities and potential military applications affect international relations in space?
Absolutely. These are the questions we have to be asking ourselves as this technology continues to develop.
Yeah, these are big questions that we all need to consider.
For sure.
The X-37B is like this powerful symbol of how space is becoming more contested and potentially even a future battlefield.
Yeah.
So it's up to all of us to understand these developments and engage in a conversation about the future we want to see in space.
Absolutely. We have to be a part of this conversation.
Yeah, great. All right, well, thank you for joining me on this deep dive to space.
Thanks for having me. This was a good one.
Yeah, this was really cool. And thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.